Today on Suncoast View, it's Financial Friday. We'll discuss important money topics with an expert who wants to help women take charge of their finances.
Creatures that creep and crawl are here in the studio, and I'm going to pretend that it's not happening. We'll meet the human faces of Repticon and some of their scaly friends.
And some of the best ballroom dancers in the country are on the Suncoast right now. They're competing in the 46th Annual Florida State Dance Sport Championships. We'll get a preview. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show and happy Friday. Yay. Always good to get to Friday. We did, and you know what? I know it's early, but it's never too early to celebrate. I'm going to try to slide this.
Oh,
there
yes.
we go. All right. You know why we're celebrating this early? It is National IPA Day. So, India Pale Ale is a type of beer. I watched Linda stop and process.
I had no idea what that was.
It is a type of beer which usually is a little bit hoppy in character, but it is also I believe, the #1 craft beer usually requested by people who are into craft beer. And we have so many great varieties that are made right here on the Suncoast. So this is Darwin Summer Days, which is very appropriate as we are in summer. But there's many at all the breweries and even national brands as well. But one thing, Linda, that I know you will like, because this is probably going to be a little on the hoppy side for you.
Just by smelling it.
I know, I watched you smell it. My husband does the same thing. I'll be very honest, this is my favorite type of beer in life.
It's Friday. I know it's the morning, but it's Friday.
I don't know what hoppy smells like, so I've got to try.
Yeah, take it. It's kind of the bitey, almost a little bitter on the back end. But they are making IPAs now. In fact, Darwin is coming out with a mango IPA that is a little fruitier.
Okay.
So
fruity.
That becomes something, that's what I thought of you. That becomes something that's a little more, wider palate friendly.
Yeah.
But again, so many amazing breweries right here on the Suncoast, like over a dozen at this point, making great local beers. You can find beer like this, Suncoast brewed craft beers, in Publix. They are everywhere now. At the convenience stores, I've seen it. So it's like
IPA.
Yes.
I'm going to drop that into conversation all day.
How about this? I had an IPA this morning before 10. See how that goes.
Maybe I better not say that.
When we were in the afternoon, we could get away with it a little more.
But if I'm going to say it, I better make it true.
That's right. Have a sip, and now you'll know what kind of beer I like, and then you'll probably think I'm crazy.
You really like it?
I do absolutely love IPA, but I know that is a little rare. I will also say they're higher in calories, too, so you pay for it a little bit. So that'll get it out of there. But happy IPA Day as we head into the weekend. All right, we're also going to see who's in the kitchen today. Adam from 1812 Osprey is with us. Great to see you. And tell us what we're making today.
Hey, good morning, y'all. This morning we are making a roasted cauliflower ducat dish. It is a vegetarian dish that we do at the restaurant, 1812 Osprey. And it's a combination of roasted cauliflower, spinach, garbanzo beans, and a North African Moroccan spice mixture called ducat.
Okay, we'll be interested in learning more about ducat because that is new for us. You also are celebrating our local suds and beer right here on the Suncoast. Tell us about your J-Dubs beer dinner.
Absolutely. On August 27th, it's a Monday, we're doing a beer dinner with J-Dubs Brewery. I guess I should have brought some Up Top IPA today.
Yeah, that's okay.
I brought some Passion Wheat, which is one of our favorites. We have local beers on tap at the restaurant. And J-Dubs, we're doing a beer dinner with August 27th, and it's going to be paired with 4 meals, and we're going to have 5 different beers on tap from them, and it's going to be a great event, and we're going to email it, put it on our Facebook page, and start selling tickets next week for it.
All right, great. Again, we always love to hear everybody supporting our local breweries, so that'll be something to look forward to.
There's so many, too. We're so lucky. J-Dubs, Darwin, Calusa, Motorworks.
Three
the
Keys.
List goes on.
Yes, exactly.
It was hard to pick just one.
And
we have family that comes to town and they want to see them all.
Yes.
That's on their tourist list for Sarasota.
Oh, yeah, that's a great thing to do, especially if the weather's not great. And when you start talking to some of the brewmasters, it's like, it's an art that I think people are still surprised that making beer is such an art.
Well, and such a following, too. Exactly this happened to us. We had a weekend in town a couple weeks ago. The weather was stormy. We had planned on going to the beach, decided that the storms were too annoying. So we stopped by Calusa just because we had needed something to do at 3 o'clock. Packed.
Yeah.
With people just relaxed and enjoying and playing games and, talking to each other about the different qualities of the beers.
Yeah, you'll listen to someone talk about wine without a thought, because then they'll tell you all the tasting notes, but it's weird. People still think, oh, beer has notes as well.
Oh, absolutely, it does.
And you talk to the owners and the people making it. That's what my guests are.
Yes.
They
Oh,
really,
absolutely.
They really feel like they're a
Yep.
part of
No,
it.
it's a lot of fun. It's a great culture. All right, something else I know you love, shopping. Let's talk shopping.
Yes.
Big weekend coming up, and it starts today. This is tax-free shopping weekend, and that means school supplies, including clothing, shoes, things that you need for back to school, even in adult sizes.
Really, I was going to ask.
Are
Will
tax-free.
they believe I'm going back to school?
Oh, they don't care. They can think you're buying it for somebody else. But the bottom line is there's a whole big list of things. It's a huge shopping weekend. It also applies online. There's a couple of picky things, like an electronic has to be below a certain threshold, but you can find out the little details by going to the tax-free weekend website, which you can see at the bottom of your screen. It's on floridarevenue.com. Just a little heads up, the stores will be crowded this weekend.
yeah.
So
Oh,
just
yes,
remember
I'm
that.
glad you mentioned that.
If you don't have a specific reason to run that errand in a store where people shop for back to school stuff, I might skip it and wait till Monday, because it will be crowded. But if you need something or you want to stock up, this is the weekend to do it, because you're going to save on that tax.
Oh, I'm so glad to know that.
Speaking of shopping, Linda, I did something, and I'm going to say I did it just for you, just to make myself feel better. I did an experiment and tried our Amazon wardrobe. Remember we talked about Amazon wardrobe?
Yeah.
That is where you choose items of clothing that you think you might like. You have them shipped to your house for free. You keep them for 7 days. You get to try them all on in the privacy of your home. Keep what you want and send back what you don't. And of course, you only then get charged for what you keep.
And you did it.
I did, and this dress was a result.
That's
that
a
is
good
so
one.
Yeah, I love it.
How much was it?
Well, it wasn't on
can tell
sale.
me later.
It wasn't on sale, but you know, it was very fun to have all these
Oh.
different things show up at home.
How did they know your style?
Well, I picked it. I mean, I had to
Oh,
go
you went
through
online
it.
and
I
picked
went online and picked it.
Put them in your cart. They
Put
send
'em
them
in
to you.
my-
It's very similar with eyeglasses, right? Where you choose frames, they send them to you, you pick the ones you like, and then same thing. I love it. That's great.
I'm going to try that.
I know you were
Amazon-
very wary of online shopping. This
Yes.
is pain-free, because remember, it doesn't actually get charged to your credit card unless you check keep in the box. So no reason not to.
Amazon wardrobe.
I'll help you find it online. All right, it is time for our first hot topic. And Sarasota police are warning of 3 different robberies in the past 2 weeks when people were selling items posted in an online marketplace. So in all instances, those involved got connected using the online sales app Let Go. That's a free app that matches sellers with buyers. Not all that different than something like Craigslist. So the suspects met the sellers in public locations, but they then stole electronics, jewelry, and clothes from the people selling them. Sarasota police are reminding us that if you conduct online transactions, you can meet in the lobby of the Sarasota Police Department for safety. It is under video surveillance, and of course, law enforcement will be standing by. You know, I post things online for selling all the time in a little neighborhood website, so I don't worry about it quite as much, but this was kind of an awakening that
Yeah.
you don't know what you're getting into
Yeah.
when you meet somebody for an exchange.
Well, I've got some furniture to sell, but they'd have to come to my house. That would just be too scary.
And I honestly think you would have to call the police and have them there.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate
don't
to
know
say
they're
that.
going to come to my furniture sale.
I don't know what they're going to do, but it would make me nervous. On the other hand, they're probably not going to be able to pick up your furniture and run out of the house with it.
That's
But on
true.
the other hand, you are now inviting a stranger into your home.
Right, you
Yeah.
would know my home. From then on, would know what else is there and where it is.
Right.
And
So
think
I don't know
that's
if I like that idea.
That's a good point. You should always consider that you know nothing about the person's background,
Because
and
you
are
don't.
inviting them into your
Yep.
home where you have established that you have something of value, you know,
Sure.
in your home.
And they can look around and see what else you have.
This is great. This is a great thing to know. A few years ago, I had a good chunk of cash from my job to go purchase a computer, and I drove, and it was to someone's private residence, and I thought as I'm driving, whoa, I've got a lot of cash in my
Right,
pocket.
and he knows you have the
He knows
cash.
I've got the cash because the transaction had to be done in cash. Wasn't illegal, it was a computer. But I was terrified, so I had somebody on the phone with me the whole time. They couldn't do anything.
Right.
Yeah,
Things got
right.
bad.
Linda promised me if someone does come into your home to look at this furniture that you will have, you know, Kathy's husband there or something.
Yes.
But they
I
still would know your home.
I
And
would have a
someone-
lot of people there, but I don't want them in my house.
Yeah, I
Sure.
don't like this
Okay,
idea.
the furniture goes to charity. That's the best way.
Remember, too, someone can tell you on one one of these sites that they're, oh, I'm a little old lady coming just to buy this, and then you have no idea who that person is. That person could be a group of 5 people.
Again, 3 times in the past 2 weeks there have been robberies related to online transactions. So I appreciate Sarasota Police in throwing out that heads up just to remind all of us they're there. If you can do it at that location, certainly a lot safer.
We get too trusting. We think we know people online.
All right, so here's a scary statistic. 9 in 10 new parents have their baby's car seat installed incorrectly. Well, one mom's attention to detail was likely life-saving. On her first day back to work after maternity leave, a nervous Memphis mom told her hubby to send hourly updates. Dad sends the pic of the baby in the car seat you just saw. Mom noticed the straps were too loose and the chest clip was too low and told him to fix it. Well, good thing she did, because you saw those car crash pictures. The next thing she heard was a text that they had been in a serious accident. The car was totaled. Baby and dad survived. In fact, little guy did not even wake up. He was so secure in his car seat. That is the picture that she sees, and I know from having babies that that chest clip needs to be at armpit height. The straps need to be tight against their body. A lot of work, as you know, Linda. Installing car seats is no easy business. Here's another, again, good thing to sit out there. Sarasota Fire Department will check your car seats if you go by the departments. I'm pretty sure it's all of them, but we can check on that and put it on social media for you.
Oh, that's so important, but it is so hard to get the kid in the car seat.
I'm sure.
I have really gotten to tears when I couldn't get them out, and I've had to go in the daycare and say, please come get the child out of the seat. It's really hard.
When they're in there correctly, it's hard to get them out, and especially as they get a little older and are squirmy, it is hard to get them in.
I'm just thinking, can you imagine how, when the mom got the text, who knows what she was doing? Was she grocery shopping? Was she at work?
She was at work.
You check quick, but the fact, how many times do you take out a phone? Oh, okay, fine, and you put it back. But no, she was like radar's always on.
Well, it was her first day back at work after maternity leave, so she was kind of all, game on anyway. But no, I mean, how scary.
No one plans to get into a car accident.
Exactly. It's why we wear our seatbelt every single time, and it's why that car seat has to be installed correctly and then belted correctly.
Yes, and then I have got to get back there and make sure, you have to make sure every one of those little pieces is hooked in.
Right.
And it's a hard job, but it saves the lives.
Yeah, that was a close call.
Yeah,
thank
no,
goodness.
so good. At least it had a happy ending. So if you have too busy of a social calendar, you might not be enjoying your activities as much as you should. A professor who studies time management says that when a leisure activity, like grabbing coffee with a friend, is planned rather than spontaneous, we actually enjoy it less because we tend to mentally lump all of our scheduled activities in the same bucket. Got to go to the dentist, got to meet this person for happy hour. Well, that obviously makes the pleasurable activities more of a chore. Do you understand that?
I do, because I've got to run by that schedule. So I look at it and it's just another thing to do.
Well, and I've heard you mention before when you make a Friday night plan or something, we're tired, we've been working all week, and suddenly you're like, oh man, I have to go to dinner tonight. We should look forward to that.
But
well, then I get there and I love it.
Always.
I'm having a wonderful
It's
time.
just getting there.
And think about that feeling when you're going into the weekend and you're like, ooh, I don't have anything planned.
That's
is
scary.
Gold right there.
That's scary to me.
But there's always possibility. You have so many friends, you have so many things to do. You're never going to sit home bored going, oh, I wish someone would call me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, not you, for sure.
Right. I mean, if anything, I think we all trend to the overscheduled. So this was just a little bit of a reminder of maybe you enjoy things a little more if you don't schedule them maybe so far in advance. Let something pop up on a Saturday morning.
Oh, I schedule things when I've still got my makeup on. that saves like 45 minutes.
I do understand that.
I will tell you real quick, there's this great tip that anytime you have a meeting or something, you need to schedule yourself processing time after. So you can't do back-to-back meetings.
Oh, to come down?
Because sometimes there's things to do. So you should always save yourself a little pocket of time to...
That's good advice.
Helps you not be late, too.
And you can think over what just happened.
Good point. All right, we're going to process some downtime for the weekend. So here on the Suncoast, obviously, we fear hurricanes this time of year, but imagine having to worry about massive earthquakes and you never know when one could hit. So a Russian inventor invented something called that would help you sleep soundly even if the big one comes. It's an anti-earthquake bed. It acts as a normal bed until an earthquake is detected. Then it becomes a mini fortress. Literally, this mattress drops several feet into reinforced walls. A metal roof clamps shut. Watch it again. Oxygen begins, and internal stores of food and water are inside. It's like a personal bunker. in case you aren't found for a long time inside the
there she goes.
potential rubble of your home.
That is terrifying.
Imagine waking up that way.
It's like a metal
Or
coffin.
if the oxygen doesn't work or
Right.
something.
You know what? I will take hurricanes any
Give
day.
me a bathtub and a
lived in LA.
mattress over the bathtub.
Did you worry about it in LA?
Yes, we did not put blue stuff in the back of our commode in case we had to drink the water. That was how we worried about it.
That's interesting.
And we knew how to turn off the gas instantly.
Okay.
But I don't want a coffin waiting for me to fall into it if the hurricane.
I mean,
or
I
the
get the
tornado
point,
hits.
but yeah, I'll take a hurricane. We can track those for weeks in advance, no worries. All right, we're going to check in with our mid-morning forecast, and we come back helping women take control of their finances.
We're looking at radar and not seeing a whole lot of action across our area. We've got some showers out in the Gulf, but they'll stay there thanks to an easterly wind. Now, as we head into the afternoon, our futurecast shows showers building a little bit closer to the coastline today than they did over the last several days when they were really along the spine of the state, showing where the heaviest rain is located. We still may see some periods of heavier rain and thunderstorms, but the general easterly wind flow should keep us dry during the morning hours, followed by showers closer to the coast during the afternoon, and I think fewer in number as well. So our daytime high will top out, it definitely hit the 90s, I think, over the next several days, with a chance of rainfall slightly below the average, about 30% or so. That'll occur today. It will also occur tomorrow with about a 30% chance. As we head into next week, I think we'll keep our rain chances slightly lower than average, with Tuesday probably being the driest day.
Studies show that 9 out of 10 women will be solely responsible for managing their money at some point in their lives. Yet research shows women continue to suffer from a surprising lack of confidence and knowledge about investments. Financial advisor and planner Esther Halt from Star Financial Solutions is here to help in our new bi-weekly series, Financial Friday. Welcome, Esther.
Thank you.
This is so important because I think all of us realize as women we could use a little more confidence in our money matters. Why is it important for women to have their own advisor?
It is so important because most women, as you just said, will be handling their own finances at one point or another. And mostly because of either death of a spouse, they get divorced, or they have to be caretakers of either a spouse or their parents these days, and then they need to be responsible for their parents or someone else's finances. So they really need to have somebody that they're comfortable with.
Okay, and you decided to focus your business specifically on women rather than casting a larger net to everybody. Why women specifically?
I like to say I work mostly with women and couples and some very special men. I do have some men clients. But because we do things differently, we process information differently, we take risks differently, and we communicate very differently than men do. And I know this isn't a big news flash for us, but unfortunately my industry, I don't think, understands that yet.
Right.
And it's so male dominated. So it's important for women to have somebody that they can talk to, that they can communicate with on the same level, and that understands what our goals and needs are, which differ a lot from sometimes what men's goals and needs are.
Yes, they do. Yes, I've had to handle mine since my husband died, and it is a problem.
Yeah, and it's
stressful.
scary.
It's scary and
very
stressful.
scary and stressful.
No, I agree. So you mentioned that the industry in general, on your side, what you do is not real female prevalent. How have you dealt with that as a woman in investing?
Well, when I started in the early 80s, it was just about all men. The women were secretaries, they were clerical. I was a secretary on Wall Street, and there were very, very few female advisors. Only Muriel Siebert was the only woman that had a seat on the New York Stock Exchange, and she is my hero.
Oh, that's great.
Now it's a little better, but not totally. Right now, as of last year, the numbers were only 16% of all registered advisors in the United States are women, and only 3% of portfolio managers in the United States are women.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so there's really not a whole lot out there that get us.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's important because we do have different ways of approaching things and different needs. If you could maybe highlight one piece of advice to our women about managing their money, what would you say? What do we need to be thinking about?
You need to find an advisor that you like and that you can communicate with comfortably, because if it ever should happen that you need somebody and it's in a stressful period, that will take a lot of the stress off and make you feel so much more comfortable that you have somebody that you can go to that can help you through these terrible times.
Well, because things are changing so fast, you need somebody often that you're not embarrassed to call and say,
Right.
am I about to lose everything, or is everything okay? You just need somebody to turn to for advice constantly.
Right, and women always feel, well, not always, but a lot of times
Yeah.
feel like, oh, it's a stupid question. You know?
Right.
But
No,
it's
I don't wanna
never,
bother
it's
them.
never a stupid question. And my clients know they can call me or text me or email me no matter what with any question. If it's 2 in the morning, email me, you know, and I will get back to them because I'm up sometimes anyway.
I will say, though, too, as the guy at the table, that and this is definitely, we're talking about women in finance, but there's something comforting for me because I'm not terribly financially comfortable when I don't follow and keep up as well as I should. So knowing that I could go to somebody who is familiar with kind of not doing the old boys club game, that I can go in and I can ask a stupid question and not feel like I'm going to be
There
chastised.
are no stupid questions, but you are one of the very special men.
Thank you. Thank you.
So would you say that maybe do women worry more, or do women just have maybe more basic questions? What is making us different? Because Lynn and I talk about this all the time. We both worry when we see the ups and downs.
It is. It's the old car thing. So women know it's really important, but they're not that interested in it. So it's like when the car makes noise and you turn the radio up.
Right.
And then the car makes more noise and you turn the radio up more. And then the car dies on the side of the road and you say, I probably should have gotten that.
knew that. Yeah.
We take our finances and put it back here somewhere.
Oh,
and we
you're
know
so
we should
right.
look at it. But we don't. And then when we look at it or we hear something on TV, it's like, oh my God, the world's crashing. And it's not. And so that's when if you have somebody to call and say, I just heard this. What does it mean? Should I be concerned? And then that's very helpful.
I think that's the
yes.
most important question. What does it mean, no matter what it is?
It's translating.
Yeah.
It's not dumbing it down, which is what they call it in my industry. It is translating. I translate for people.
All right, very valuable, and we like that you're on the women's side, because, yep, it is a little intimidating, we will admit. So you can contact Esther and find more financial information at starfinancialsolutions.com. Coming up next, we're celebrating a piece of Linda's history in Georgia.
Zupan, part of the U.S. Paralympic rugby team. In my game, movement is everything. I get frustrated when my move is blocked, especially when that guy has no right to be there, even just for a minute. I love a challenge, but I don't like to play this game every day.
A message from the United Spinal Association.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half-mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid, your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-965-2704.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-965-2704.
Planning a Carnival Fantasy Cruise out of Mobile? Then check out the park and cruise packages at the luxurious Battle House and Renaissance Riverview Plaza hotels. Stay at the Battle House for $169 per night, or the Riverview Plaza for just $149 per night, and leave your car for the duration of your cruise. Includes transportation to and from the cruise terminal. If you're cruising out of Mobile, come stay with us. Call 1-800-MARRIOTT or visit Marriott.com now.
Introducing the ABC7 First Alert Weather Tracker. This all-new mobile weather lab is just one more way The team you trust is keeping you ahead of the storms. The ABC 7 First Alert Weather Tracker, sponsored by Mr. Sparky, America's on-time electrician.
All right, well, today is a great day to celebrate the home of peaches, Coca-Cola, and our very own Linda Carson. It is National Georgia Day. So, Linda, we know that you're from Georgia, but explain to us a little bit your long-standing relationship with the state.
I was born in Atlanta, Georgia, graduated from Mercer in Macon, Georgia, got my first job in TV in Atlanta. I was there at the Channel 11, ABC, for 10 years, met my husband, Bud, on the football field. And I lived next door to my parents until I was 32.
Wow.
So you truly never left Georgia till after age 32?
Well, actually, it was 35. I met Bud at 32, and he said, we're just, I'll stay in Georgia forever. That was my plan. Then he got fired from Georgia Tech. And we went
Darn
to
football
I
coaches.
know, well,
Yes.
we're glad you eventually made it to Florida, but we figured since it is National Georgia Day and you had such a piece of your life there, we wanted to test your knowledge of the state.
Oh, it's been a long time.
Yes,
Hot seat, Linda,
we
hot
have a little
seat.
Georgia trivia game, and our viewers can play along with us. All right, so we're going to start off with some easy ones.
Good.
What is Georgia's state capital?
Atlanta, that's where I was born.
Ding, ding, ding.
See? No
Yes.
problem.
All right. I'm just getting you warmed up.
Okay.
What is Georgia's state fruit?
Peach. Everybody says, oh, you're a Georgia peach.
Which that also is why the state is the Georgia is the peach
the peach state.
Yes. All right. What about Georgia's
Nobody
state?
ever said you're a Georgia peanut.
What is Georgia's state bird?
Cardinal.
Ooh. Survey says it is a brown thrasher.
Well, why would it say that?
I don't
That's
know.
not a beautiful bird.
I don't know. I'm going with Linda. All right. And what about Georgia's state flower?
Magnolia.
Ooh,
Good guess.
That would make sense to me,
That
but
would
it's
make
actually
sense.
as beautiful and lovely as you. It is a rose, but it is a rose Lea Vegata.
So it looks like a magnolia.
Yes.
Because we always said we were still magnolias.
There you go. That's right.
Perfect.
We smiled a lot, but we were tough inside.
All right, we're going to venture into one last one, which is, what is your favorite memory in Georgia?
Oh my goodness, there were so many. I think, because neither of my children were born in Georgia, I think meeting Bud. I think that was, because that changed my whole life. And it made me like myself better as a person because I found out I really could love somebody else.
Aw, I love that story.
Well, we don't just love Georgia because it's our northern neighbor, but we love it because it gave us Linda Carson. All right, we're going to head to commercial. When we come back, I might be hiding under the desk. We've got some crawly critters from the Repticon here in the studio.
Sweet.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Dear parents, it's time for a pop quiz. What's the best kind of play for kids? Play that makes us think? Or helps us pretend? Or teaches us rules? Or to be creative? Actually, every kind of play is important because different kinds of play give us different kinds of skills. Help us mix up the ways we play. Okay, class dismissed. Now go play.
When I was growing up, my mom told us, always treat others the way you want to be treated. She did business with companies that shared her values, like Mutual of Omaha. She had a guaranteed whole life insurance policy through United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, a Mutual of Omaha company. When my mother passed away, her United of Omaha policy helped cover her funeral expenses and bills, and they had money on its way to us within 24 hours.
United of Omaha is here to take care of you. When you call the number on your screen, we'll help find the right policy for you. If you're between 45 and 85, you can get coverage up to $25,000 with no medical exam. Call us right now at the number on your screen.
Now I know I'll be taking care of my family, even after I'm gone.
United of Omaha guaranteed whole life insurance. Call or go online now. Be there for their future.
Growing up, my mom was afraid of the water, something she did not want me to feel.
So I enrolled Missy in swim lessons.
It changed my life.
Missy Franklin.
And now you can do the same for someone that you love.
There's nothing more precious than your child's well-being.
So act now, before it's too late.
Make us swim! I'm glad I did.
Thanks, Mom. Visit usaswimmingfoundation.org to find, get, or give a swim lesson.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in with Adam from 1812 Osprey. And Adam, we're kind of social media sleuths or spies. So we were on Instagram and we saw an amazing picture of salmon and salad, and it looked like a feast. Can you tell us about this photo?
Absolutely. Good morning, y'all. That was a grilled romaine Caesar salad with tomatoes, avocados, our house-made Caesar dressing, and a house-made grilled salmon burger that's gluten-free. We do just a little cornmeal dusting on it.
All right. Well, I love pictures of food, and we will come join you and learn more about it coming up.
Excellent. Looking forward to it.
Linda?
Snakes got a bad rap early on from Adam and Eve, but a lot of folks say that that is totally undeserved and that reptiles and their cousins make great pets. And there's always a lot of excitement when the Repticon Reptile and Exotic Animal Show comes to town. We welcome Scott Wazinski. He is the owner of Family Reptiles in Lakeland.
Hello, how are you doing? Glad to be here today.
We're so happy to have you and your friends. You've caused a lot of excitement in our studio. Joey, you're turning white. Are you okay?
Stephanie's snakes are very active.
Well, they're curious. They want to meet you.
Sure, no, we're
Hi,
good.
Mr. Joey.
No, I've got these ones, so I'm
Reptiles really bother you, doesn't it?
You know, I'm a little afraid because I just don't know much about them, so I think it's an irrational fear.
You're going to want to take one home by the end of the day.
Oh, good.
Scott, show us what you brought us. Now, I have a lovely alligator here.
So I brought us two alligators today. This is Cosmo and Prada. They're two alligators. One's albino, one's a regular alligator. We brought a couple ball pythons and a couple bearded dragons with us today.
Just a couple pythons to hang out with this morning. No problem.
So our ball pythons are native to Africa. Our alligator is actually the state reptile here for the state of Florida.
Yes.
And our bearded dragons are from Australia.
I have a couple of python questions here since I'm holding a couple of them. We hear obviously how huge they can get, how constrictive they can get. Are these little guys? What is their future size? Hello.
Oh, wow. So these are ball pythons, and they're only going to get about 3.5 feet.
Okay, so these aren't the kind that grow to be enormous in the Everglades.
These are not eating any tourists anywhere.
Okay, they're not going to wrap themselves around me and squeeze.
These are great family pets right here. So
well, hi,
good,
buddy.
Good for kids or adults.
They're very curious.
Yeah. They are.
I mean, they want to see me and touch me and look at me.
Now, what stops a python from biting her right now?
She's not a rat. She's not a mouse.
Okay.
They see kind of in infrared, and so they flicker their tongue. They pick up pheromones and scents. So the only thing they're aggressive towards is feeding time.
Gotcha.
And so obviously...
And hopefully you fed them before we came?
No, they're starving right now.
Awesome.
And so no, they're well fed and they're well taken care of, and so they know what their food is, the same as we do.
In the world did you get into the reptile breeding business?
My daughter got us started into this.
That's
my daughter
awesome.
was 5 at the time. We went to a reptile show just like this Repticon that's coming up here in Sarasota. And my daughter's like, Dad, I want a snake. And so we bought one snake, and then we bought another snake, and then we bought another lizard, and we just kind of got the bug and got into reptiles.
So what do you have at your shop over in Lakeland?
So we breed a lot of the exotic types of ball pythons. We personally own about 600 ball pythons.
Whoa, 600?
Snakes.
That's a lot of rats a day.
That's a lot of rats and mice, and we have our own rodent farm on
I was
top
going
of
to
that.
say, how do you keep them fed? So that's you breed rodents?
We do. We breed rodents because we can't go down to Walmart and get a case of rodents on the side. So yes, we have our own rodent farm. We also breed and work with tortoises, and we work with alligators. And then we own our store, which we do work with other breeders, such as our bearded dragon breeders that supply different types of animals to our store.
Tell me about bearded dragons, because I know they're very popular with kids. Like, are they a good family pet? They look pretty chill.
They're kissing.
They are a huge popular pet. They're very easy to take care of. They're very kid friendly. And just like other pets, there is certain reptiles that we say are not for kids. Obviously alligators or some advanced animals, but bearded dragons, these are 2 full-grown bearded dragons, so it's not something that's going to get completely out of hand in size. They eat greens and small crickets and worms.
Yeah, I have some other questions. Do they smell?
No, so reptiles don't sweat, they don't have fur, so reptiles are really nice for the fact that they don't have smell.
Stinky.
Well, poop on the other hand, yeah, that may be a different story.
Everybody does it.
Yep, absolutely.
So you got interested at the Repticon show. When I called them to say who's a great breeder in our area, they said you. So tell us about the show coming up.
So it's going to be Saturday and Sunday at the Robarts Arena. We're going to be doing a lot of fun things out there. We have some educational seminars. It's a chance for people to come out, hold animals, and experience different types of reptiles.
So they're not going to be loose running around your feet?
Yeah, I think a lot of people, I see people come to the door all the time and they open the door and they kind of look in thinking like, oh my gosh, are the reptiles just running loose around the building? And they're not. They're all in cages. They're all secured. So for our scaredy cats, they can come in and look, and for those that love reptiles, they can hold them. I know Joey's showing up to hold them all this weekend.
Yeah, I'll be right there.
I know a question going on in Joey's mind. Why would you want a reptile for a pet?
Well, you know, they're a little different, and some people want something different. They don't want, you know, a dog or a cat. But we have a lot of kids and families that have allergy issues to fur, and so they can't have a dog or a cat.
Great point.
And so for them, this is an option for them to have a pet. And they're very low maintenance. You know, your snakes that she's holding, they only eat once a week.
That's good. That is good. I wish everything in my house would do that.
Once a week.
I've got a question for you. Like, all right, I'm a dog person, and some dogs, you can have 2 dogs as pets and they'll get along, or you never know, there could be a battle for dominance. You brought pairs of reptiles. Does that happen?
It does. There's certain reptiles that we can't pair up or have issues with. You know, these are baby alligators, but obviously full-grown alligators, the males will have issues. Bearded dragons could be the same way.
Do snakes have, like, friends? Because this guy, the yellow guy, has not unwrapped himself from his other friends since I've been holding him.
Ball pythons are extremely friendly. You could put 50 of them in a cage together and they would just hang out.
That sounds terrible.
Somebody was getting a little rambunctious.
You're right, just hold on.
Can you ever get to be friends with an alligator or a snake or a lizard?
You know, you know, I think people.
I'm fine.
People think that you know, alligators or snakes or lizards, you know, are going to come and greet you at the door, and I think it's a different type of relationship and a different type of bond, and they have those.
So they do get to know you.
They do get to know you. Get to learn the personality of the reptiles, and the reptiles get to know you.
So this guy's going to eventually get to like me.
Let's give it some more time, but yes, we will.
I'll be honest, the snakes are really fun.
Yeah,
they're having fun. They're really relaxed. They're cruising around over there.
Yeah,
so,
we're having fun with the snakes.
Well, you've got to see this Repticon show. It is amazing. It's going to be this weekend on August 4th and 5th at Robarts Arena. They're going to have every kind of reptile you can imagine. And for more information, go to repticon.com/Florida/Sarasota. You'll meet the pet of your dreams, and we'll be right back.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good morning, I'm Ray Collins. Today at noon, the effect of red tide has caused Sarasota County to remove 16 tons of dead fish from Siesta Key Beach, and more cleanup begins this morning. And we'll show you a summer camp in Sarasota where the emphasis is on reading. Now let's check the forecast from First Alert meteorologist John Scalzi.
Well, the Futurecast put into motion shows correctly, I think, some pretty quiet conditions through the morning hours. But by afternoon, showers will build a little bit closer to the coastline today than they did over the last several days. Reason? A prevailing easterly wind flow today. That easterly wind flow even seen in the cloud pattern as the clouds kind of drift from east to west across the state. That's important because as high pressure builds in and the east flow continues, we'll see showers building closer to the coast, but we'll also see a reduction in the number of storms. Plus, the east wind may help with some of those airborne red tide areas.
What do you get when you cross your tired, aching back with this fragile egg? The Egg Sitter Cushion, an amazing new flex cushion that supports your backside and spine so well you can sit on an egg without breaking it. Incredible!
You want me to sit on this egg? Okay. Can't believe I'm doing this. I don't even feel it. It didn't even break? Oh, I was wondering about that. Now that's a good cushion.
The honeycomb design is constructed of Elasticor that absorbs pressure points by collapsing in on itself. That's why even this egg won't break under direct pressure. Now long days at the office will be more comfortable, dinner more enjoyable, and painful car rides a thing of the past. Get your Egg Sitter Support Cushion for just $39.99. It comes with a free non-slip washable cover and our 10-year comfort guarantee. But wait, call right now and you can get a second cushion. Just pay separate fee. Call now.
Call 1-800-232-1564. That's 1-800-232-1564. Call now or go to eggsitter.com. Order now.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with a family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing, or biking and hiking. Or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
I think about my own family and I think about my own kids' dream, and I see these kids' dream.
There's something about dance that just is universal and just speaks to everybody.
Every day some student makes a breakthrough, discovers something.
Teaching is about giving. It's a different kind of giving. When I teach, I know it's a gift that I'm giving.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Some of the best ballroom dancers in the country are here on the Suncoast competing in the 46th Annual Florida State Dance Sport Championships. And dance teachers and their prize students are competing in the Pro-Am division, and there are many top professional dancing teams here from all over the country and even foreign countries. And they are, of course, competing in the Pro division. And we welcome the co-organizer and the president of Dance Sport, Larry Dean.
So nice to be here, Linda, once again. Thank you so much for the invite.
It is. You've been here at the Ritz for 17 years now doing this.
17 years, Sarasota. Yes.
Now, this is a big event in the dance world, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Why is that?
Well, you know why? We've been running it for 46 years, and it's a series of 4 different events, and this is the finale of the 4 different events of the Triple Crown Dance Sport event. So it's very famous for professionals coming from all over the world, starting back in Palm Beach County and then moving here. So we're very happy with our location here and being in the city. And we actually moved here, too. So.
Oh, wow. Now, you say your theme is expect the unexpected. What does that mean?
Well, we always have surprises. Sometimes we'll do some extra things, like extra shows we won't tell anybody, or we have so many different professionals that come in that is unannounced and nobody knows that they're or they're different shows. You know.
So there's some famous people in the dance world coming here. What does it mean to the dancers, especially the professionals, to win?
Oh, very much, because it's a major event in the circuit of the dances that we do. And for them, it's not only financially, but it's also titles that they receive. Like the couple that we have now that's going to be dancing, performing for us that won last night, believe it or not, one of their titles.
Wow. So is there a trend in ballroom dancing?
Oh, yes. Oh, definitely so much. I think because of all the shows that does Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
They have the, what is the
So
other?
You
So you think you can dance.
Right. We all want to be sexy and smooth.
Yes. It changed completely. I've been doing this for 50 years, and let me tell you, it's changed completely. And a lot of youth, too. We have dancers that dance from, at this event, 6 years old to 96.
Oh, wow. So people can come and watch. It's open to the public?
Oh, yes, it is, definitely. Daytime and evenings. And we have lots of activity, and we have the world champion theatrical Adagio cabaret champions that will be dancing both Friday and Saturday.
And those are the big nights?
Oh, yes, those are the biggest, yes.
So we
usually starts around 8:30.
We will see the top professionals come then. Well, you brought a top-level dance team from Lakewood Ranch.
Yes,
We're proud to say.
The Fred Astaire Dance Studio, and they're beautiful. They, like I say, they won last night, and that's Kevin and Millie, and they won what we call the rhythm division, or the Mambos and the Boleros.
Oh, fun.
And they're going to do a mambo for us.
Can you introduce us to it?
Yes, yes. Again, this is Millie, and this is Kevin. And they're originally from Peru, and they've been here 3 years, and they're a lovely dance couple.
Oh, we want to see it. Take it away, guys.
Con el buzo perucho, que lo que traigo mucho pa' tu cartucho. Con esta timba tu canción te la brucho. Si quieres respóndeme algo que te lo escucho. Estás acabando y no te estás cuidando. Por todas las discotecas estafando a tu misma gente, estás engañando. Dice que ahora estás cromando, y latineando. Gózalo, que soy usted, déjate la uso, que te serrucho perucho. Gózalo, que soy usted. Gózalo. La dirección, no me hables de tabaco, no me hables de ron, que vas a más tremenda confusión. Volando Benaye, Hanoi y Puma, esto es sentimiento, corazón, sabrosura. Ahora sí la cosa, mira, se te puso dura. Sigue tú, con tu locura. Gózalo, que soy usted, déjate la uso, que te serrucho perucho. Gózalo, que soy usted. Son tantas personas.
Wow! Awesome! That is amazing, dancers. Thank you so much. The 46th Annual Florida State Dance Sport Championships are at the Ritz-Carlton August 1st through August 5th. For tickets and for more information, go to floridastatedance.com. Next, it's Back to School Week.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you, with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now. In one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TrueStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
My name is Blake. I received a heart transplant when I was 2 weeks old. I play defense for the Red Hot Tornadoes. Sometimes my heart starts pounding like faster and faster as I go. I know I have someone else's heart inside me. It makes me feel happy because someone was generous enough to give me a second chance to live.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Well, I know we've got about a week until the kids start to go back to school, so all of next week is going to be our big back to school week. We have great shows planned with some different information for different needs of parents or grandparents who might be sending kids back. We have Sarasota Mom's blog is going to be joining us, and they're going to be talking about if you're trying to get your kid ready for kindergarten, just some great tips.
You have one of those.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Lila is going to kindergarten for the first time. Oh, I'm so excited. She's going to Bayhaven, and she is so excited.
Oh, well, they have some
ready.
great tips. We're going to talk to also a local athlete who has gone away to her first year of college. She's going to come back and let you know how you can kind of get your kids, especially the girls, give them a nice push to get into academic athletics. So I'm looking forward to that. We have a homeschool expert. This guy creates a bunch of the different curriculums for homeschools. So he's going to kind of talk about when you might consider to homeschool your kid and when not to, when it might not be a good fit. Plus, we are going to talk to a teacher who specializes on kids with exceptionalities. So if you either have a child with exceptionalities or your child might be going to school with a kid, just a couple things to know. So some good stuff all week. Don't miss any of the shows. Also, don't miss we're heading into the kitchen. We're going to join the Bistro. 1812 Osprey is in the kitchen.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good morning, I'm Stephanie Webb. Coming up today at noon, today kicks off the annual sales tax holiday for school supplies. We'll tell you how to maximize all the savings this weekend. And your health questions answered when it comes to all the red tide in the area. Right now, let's check in with First Alert meteorologist John Scalzi.
So for today, a little bit of a wind shift may help out a bit with that red tide irritant in the air, the airborne irritants. Southeast wind will be becoming more easterly, and we'll see it switch to the southwest for a brief period of time in the afternoon, but the sea breeze will be kept closer to the coastline. 10-knot wind, 2-foot seas, light chop on bay and inland water. Should be a nice day for boating. The easterly wind will be with us right straight through the day today, except for that brief period of sea breeze in the late afternoon. 90 our daytime high, and our rain chance reduced by some drier air to about 30%. And that'll be true right straight through the weekend.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-871-1644. 800-871-1644.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system could make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now, SoClean.com has released the world's first automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs and bacteria. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer, risk-free for 30 days. Just call
800-604-0398.
The SoClean works, and it's a really effective product, and I couldn't believe how easy it was to use.
SoClean works on all popular CPAP machines and masks, destroying CPAP germs and bacteria without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and walk away. Voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited-time offer. Call now,
800-604-0398.
or visit SoClean.com today.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama black belt adventure today.
Investigate TV tackles the tough topics.
What happened to my life was awful.
When your health is compromised, we investigate.
They are really drug dealers in white coats.
Corporate greed exposed.
How do you trust them to run this program?
The powerful held accountable with in-depth journalism led by award-winning journalist Lee Zurich. We're your watchdog. Search Investigate TV on your Roku device. Download it now.
ABC 7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station.
Coming up Monday morning at 9 on Suncoast View, parents are rushing to get ready. The first day of school is just days away. A Sarasota mom blogger kicks off our back-to-school week with tips to get the kids prepared. Well, have you heard the news? Manatee Players previews Newsies with a special performance. Plus, the Bachelorette season is coming to a close. We'll show you how to throw the best watch party for your fellow fanatics. And Summer House Siesta Key Steak and Seafood joins us in the kitchen.
And welcome back. We're here with Adam from 1812 Osprey. I love cauliflower. I'm so excited about this.
Absolutely. We got a great dish to prepare for you today.
Okay, show us how to do it.
What is the dish? What are we making? So we're making a roasted cauliflower ducat dish. It's a vegetarian dish we have at 1812 Osprey. It's a combination of roasted cauliflower, chickpeas, spinach, and a North African Moroccan Egyptian spice mixture called ducat, this is the finished product here. And I have a combination of its pistachios, sesame seeds, hazelnuts, almonds that we toast and chop finely, and we mix it with toasted Middle Eastern spices that are smoked paprika, cumin, turmeric, coriander, and
there's a lot going on here.
Yes, there's a lot in that little dish, a lot of power.
It comes together pretty easily once all the prep's done, but leading up to it, there's a lot of work, labor, and love that goes into it.
So maybe we'll drop by your place.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll let you cook this one.
We'd love to make it for you.
Okay, show us how you do it.
Absolutely. So we got our pan hot already. We're going to add a little olive oil to it. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab our chickpeas. And what we're doing is just giving them a little color and a little sear.
All right.
And from
do you want me to do dumping from here? Because I can do that.
Yeah, we could do that. For,
all right, yeah, let's do that.
Actually, we just need a little bit.
Okay.
It's about a third of a cup. And we're going to add in some of that spinach that's
like
right
this
there.
Much?
Yeah, we're going to do that. That's a perfect amount. And we're going to add in some of the roasted cauliflower. This cauliflower will be roasted at 400 degrees with a little Italian seasoning, olive oil, salt, and pepper for about 15, 20 minutes. That's perfect.
I'm so proud.
So these three ingredients we let kind of simmer together. We're going to add a splash of white wine, which is in the larger squeeze bottle. Oh, may I have the other one, please? That's the one. So this white wine, it can be Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Grigio, or there's an Italian varietal called Trebbiano, which is similar to Pinot Grigio, and it's just about cooking with something that you like to drink.
Oh, okay.
Because what's the point of cooking
Gonna
without
open the
having,
bottle.
right?
Might as well
Absolutely.
enjoy.
I usually go for cheap wine, but that's a good point. Then it's open and it's cheap. Yeah. So what we're doing is we're letting these come together, and you're basically, since you have the cauliflower roasted already, put a little color on the chickpeas and wilt the spinach, and we're going to add some of the ducat mixture, our finished product, and by warming it up, it brings out some of those aromatics, the warm, the nuttiness and the savoriness.
Well, there are 4 kinds of nuts in there, so it should bring out some nuttiness.
Absolutely. And so what we're doing is allowing this to come together, and we actually have a Greek yogurt to finish it with.
Yum.
It's, the finished product is right here. It's zested lemon, lemon juice, roasted garlic, and Greek yogurt. You can use non-fat, low-fat, all fat, whatever you want. It's kind of preference to your palate.
And you do put then a protein with this to serve?
You can. This is actually a vegetarian dish.
Okay.
That if we were to negate the yogurt sauce, it would be a vegan dish.
Okay.
We do a little bit of warm pita bread with it.
Okay.
But at the restaurant, we always have salmon, chicken, tofu, and steak to be able to add on
to
the dish. Yeah. So this afternoon, we have some grilled chicken.
I wondered what this was for. So you want me to slice?
Yeah, if you want to slice that, absolutely. We're going to slice it on the bias just 3 or 4 times.
With this knife?
That one or the serrated knife, whichever one you feel more comfortable
I have never
with.
done this one, so let me try this.
Yeah, it's just a bread knife, so let it do the work for you. Absolutely. And then what we're going to do is when we finish this dish and bring it all together, we're going to incorporate the sauteed veggies, our warmed up pita bread, a little bit of the lemon,
roasted garlic yogurt sauce.
And is that what you have over there plated, ready to go?
Absolutely
All right,
is.
let's grab that and bring it over here so we can get a good look at it and let you finish the plating.
Perfect.
All right, does this need anything else with it?
We can put another dollop of the yogurt sauce on it. if you'd
Oh,
like to
well,
add
I'll
some
be
of
happy
that.
to do that. You want it on top?
Yeah, we'll put it right there in that spot.
Okay.
Perfect.
A little pita.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm
going to
go into the sauce.
A sprinkle of that ducat, and if you want to add a little bit of the
Oh, yes.
chicken on there.
Some of my better ones.
Oh, this looks
There you go.
wonderful. This is roasted cauliflower ducat. We are adding some chicken, but it can be, of course, a vegetarian dish. And this is at 1812 South Osprey, a great restaurant in Sarasota. And you may recognize Adam from his father Jim. Also, they own Oasis, who, of course, is on our show frequently with breakfast and lunch treats. So
Absolutely.
Great to see you. Great to be here. Everybody,
for having us.
have a great weekend. Take time and enjoy the Suncoast view.